We will give it a second to have people join on right here and start watching. Now, what could be fun and different is that Debbie might have to hold a side camera when I start doing the punch needle so you can see what I'm doing. And we'll get started. Yes. But you know what? I need the calendar that's on my desk because I added the 2 classes.
Okay.
This one and Quilt As You Go. And I don't remember what days I put on there. There's somebody. I know we're on now. I know people are watching. I always have to give it a minute because you never know whether Facebook and YouTube actually pick somebody up or not. It just kind of goes into the ether until I see somebody sign on. So welcome. I'm 𝗃cie Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. And this is What's New Wednesday. So what's new with you this Wednesday? Anything fun and exciting? Or are you just trying to make it through the heat? Bonnie's watching. Hey, Bonnie. And yes, Debbie's back. So I've been able to catch a breather, a much needed breather, because she's back. And that's why I'm doing What's New Wednesday, because she's here to remind me to do it. Because last week I completely forgot. It went right out of my mind. You know what else I forgot last week? The newsletter. I know, just went right out of my mind. Just trying to keep up with other stuff. It's just trying. Yeah, trying to stay cool. I get it. I totally get it. So, okay, we have some more people walking in. This will be fun today. So I have some fun things to tell you that we've got going on this week. This is going to be the end of July. Can you believe it? So the end of July, we have one more class on, we've got one more class. Hey, Chris. I have the mini Poppins bag, which is coming up on Friday. Yay. And then on Saturday, we have Saturday Sampler. But in addition to that, I've had several classes that I've added to the calendar, and we're going to talk about those. The first class that we have coming up, or the first demo I have coming up, have you heard of Splash Fabric? Splash Fabric is a laminated cotton fabric that's put out by the company Splash, and it is used to make any kind of bag you want that's going to have water resistant, stain resistant, all of those qualities, and you can throw it in the washer, and you can iron it lightly, not hard. You can iron it lightly. So it is so pretty. This is one of the patterns right here, this fun little floral one. This one with the cats. This Saturday, look at these leaves, how fun. This Saturday, I'm going to be demoing how to sew with it and different things you can do with it. And there's some free patterns that you can go in and download for these. This is just some of the ones that we have. I didn't bring them all out. It is so nice to sew with. And the best part of all of this is that you don't need any special foot. You don't need a Teflon foot. You don't need anything like that. You just can use your regular sewing foot on your sewing machine and sew these. And you know what these are really cute for? Storing things like balls of yarn, plant buckets. Those are really cute because the water doesn't go through it. Any kind of suitcase, not suitcase, what do you call it? Tote bag or carry bag, anything to go to the beach. Anything you don't want makeup on it, or any kind of stains, food stains, lunch boxes. I've seen cute dog bowls made out of it when you're traveling that you can just plunk some in there and then wipe it off with a paper towel. So all of these different ideas that you can do with this Splash fabric is stuff I'm going to be showing you this coming Saturday. You'll want to stop in for sure so that you can see it and pick up a little swatch to go home and play with, because we will have swatches to give away if you come in to visit us. So that is the first thing coming up this coming Saturday that you can come in to see. Then I have a beginner English paper piecing class next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. Beginner English paper piecing. If you've ever wanted to learn how to do that, that is really fun. It's called slow sewing also because you're just working on it by hand. It's all handwork and you don't have to have your sewing machine or rotary cutter, cutting mats, rulers, anything like that. I have a beginner entry-level class coming up for that next Friday, as well as a mini pin cushion done out of salt cellars. Have you ever collected those little mini salt cellars or any little mini bowls, really? I'm going to show you how to make little mini pin cushions. They are so cute. And they're really easy to make. If you've not made one before, come and join us. I provide all the supplies for you. You just bring the fabric you want to use. And I have the thread, the floss, I even have some salt cellars for sale. I've got some inexpensive ones and I have some a little bit pricier. So I've got some of those for sale. I have just all different things that you can choose from and come and take that class for us. Now, both that and English paper piecing are next Friday. And then on Saturday, I'm teaching the zippy strippy bag. And a zippy strippy bag is a great bag if you're not comfortable putting zippers into bags, or you've done it once or twice and you didn't like how it came out, or you've never done it because you still have panic attacks from high school home ec of putting zippers into your dresses. Oh, that was the worst. Or putting them into your trousers, your pants, right? And you had to put zippers in back then and it traumatized you. I feel you. I get it. I totally get it. So if you've ever had just kind of nervous, do you carry the correct yo-yo maker for sale? I do, Miss Taylor, but we actually don't use the yo-yo maker for the mini pin cushion because the mini pin cushion sizes are a particular size depending how big your opening is. I know how big the opening on your little container is. So we measure it and we do some math. And I've done the pre-math, so you don't have to watch me struggle with Tisha math while we're in the class. Smart thinking. Yeah, I didn't want to put anybody through that. So yes, we do have yo-yo makers, but we don't need them for this class. This one's fun and easy because the yo-yo makers don't come in enough different sizes. They only have 4 different sizes. And so this is doing a little bit more measuring and custom sizing. But good question, Taylor. You ready to come back yet? Are you ready to come back to work over here? Because we're ready for you. I think you need to. So the other thing I have coming up, I said the zippy strippy bag. This is a great class. I think I still had one class in there. If you haven't signed up for it, you really need to, because this is going to take away all the fear of getting a zipper into a bag. And also you're going to learn to do a quilt as you go, because the bag we work on gets quilted and put together inside and outside at the same time. So you're not working with 2 separate pieces. With the lining and the outer part, you're working with it all at the same time. So that's really good. Then I think this class is already sold out, but I'll tell you about it. The embroidery wool needle case, Dwana is teaching that. That's coming up on Tuesday the 12th, but if I'm not mistaken, that class is sold out. It got sold out. So we'll have to wait for the next one to get put on the calendar yet. I don't know if she's put the next one on the calendar yet.
I haven't yet.
Not yet, she says, not yet. Then I have a fun class coming up that I just added last night. So you're getting it brand new, straight from the horse's mouth. No. Straight from the horse's mouth. That's me. A Wonky Dresden class. This is so cute and so much fun. I want to show you. I did my sample. I just put this on the calendar. It will be on the newsletter, in the newsletter tonight or tomorrow when we send out the newsletter. It will be in the newsletter then, okay? Or you can start registering now. You want to register quick because this always sells out. This always is a sellout. So let me show you what this is because I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. I don't even know. Okay, wait. Here's the Wonky Dresden. Okay, let me see. Can you see it right there? It's Halloween and it is so cute. I'm going to come up closer so you can see it. But then I'm going to lay it down right here. Oh, I can't see this one. Okay, hold on. There we go. And I'll move it up. There we go. Look how fun this one is. So I don't have, oh yeah, I guess this would be upright because this is my center right here with these two kitty cats. And look how fun. This is just a little Halloween one I did. It's a class sample. You can do anything you want. I've seen these done as a high rise, all high rises. I've seen them done as Christmas houses. I've seen them done Halloween. They've turned them into cabins and what do you call it? Cabins and tents. I've seen all kinds of fun stuff. This one I did as Halloween and I put all kinds of fun little embellishments on there that all came from fabric. So I didn't buy anything other than the fabric that we carry here. Look at this fun little skeleton and it says dance. Look, snakes who like candy, steer clear. And there's some snakes. Look at these two little guys looking out at that window. And here's a little orange cat and it says orange cats. What's fun about this class is using the Dresden ruler and being able to pull class colors together that you like. And then you get to use those fancy stitches in your sewing, on your sewing machine that you know you paid extra for because that's how it works. You wanted to upgrade your sewing machine because it has a needle threader and you also got an extra 20 stitches for getting that particular what do you call it, accessory with your sewing machine. Now's your chance to use them because in between each row right here where you're joining the houses together, you use fancy stitches from your sewing machine. And I used variegated thread. I don't know if you can see it close enough. Let me get closer. Can you see some of the stitches I used right there? You can see them. Yeah, you can see some more right there. So I used variegated thread. I had two different colors. I had one that was shades of orange and then one that when you first pull it out, you think it looks like Mardi Gras. It's got the purple, green, gold, yellow, and orange. But when I put it with the Halloween, it looked perfect because the green didn't show off as bright green like Mardi Gras. It showed off olive. The gold toned down to an orange. The red and orange stayed orange. The blue and the purple blended in with my blues right there. So I was able to get a lot of fun stuff. Look at this, how cute it is. So you get to customize your own little house the way you want to. I love how these come out. They are so, I don't know what that was. Something fell down. It sounded like it broke. Oh, the fan. Like it broke it. The fan. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Debbie's fan. Did it break?
Just don't stick your fingers in it.
Don't stick my fingers in it. I'm sorry.
No, I think it just wiggled off.
Okay. So we've got this one. She just told me don't stick my fingers in it. And what's the first thing I do? Stick my fingers in it. Okay, I'm trying to get it to blow on me. There. Okay, so right here, look at these fun things. And it's really fun to do this. Your imagination is the limit. You don't have to stick to any particular way of doing it. Your imagination is the limit. You could even do a dark side and a light side, like morning town and evening town. Oh my God, that'd be so cute. You know what would be super cute to do this half and half? Football season's coming up, and you know how in some families you have a house divided? You have some people that went to OU and some people who went to Texas, UT, house divided. You could do half of these as UT and the other half is OU. You could do them as rivalries for different schools or different colleges. That could be so fun to do these little houses. So this is the Wonky Dresden coming up. It is going to be not on not this Friday. No, it's going to be 2 Fridays from now on the 15th of the month. The kids should be in school by then, right? When do they go back to school? Oh my God, they go back so early. They go back next week. Oh, I hate that. I remember I used to hate it when first I was happy because the kids went back to school because they needed to be doing something besides eating me out of house and home and making me crazy. But then when I think about it, I'd get sad because then my summer was over playing with them and going to do things. And I would get in the car with my kids and we'd go travel around for days and days because my husband always was gone because he worked all the time. Not just working, he traveled for work. So he was always gone. So the kids and I would load up the truck, my Suburban, and we'd hit the road, go visit people in other states because it was fun. I miss those days. Anywho, back to work. So I've got the Wonky Dresden, and then we have Improv 101. This is a fun class. It is up on our wall, so I can't show it to you right now. Learning to make a quilt, a mini quilt, with all improv techniques. This is taught by Bonnie Landon, who is just an extraordinary instructor. So good. Yes, see, even Christy's over here telling us, yes, she is. And she is teaching this Improv 101, learning to sew without a pattern. You are just letting your artistic self go. And before you say, but I'm not artistic, that's okay. She shows you how to fake it till you make it. And then people look at it and go, oh my gosh, did you do that by yourself? That is so pretty. Yeah, look what's on the screen right there. You don't have to be artistic because when you're working on it, you're making these individual blocks. And then in Improv 201, you learn how to put the blocks together, how to put them together nicely. And then there's a 301, but you got to take the first one and go ahead and get started. So that is coming up on Saturday the 16th. On that same day, I will be teaching a jelly roll rug demo. I will have that going on in the store. I will be doing a jelly roll rug demo. So you'll get to see me standing here sewing one of these jelly roll rugs that some people love them when they've taken a class from me, but some people hate them if they try to do it at home and they got a bunch of waves. I'm going to teach you the tricks that you don't have to worry about that. Then we have my collage class, my next one coming up at the end of August, the 21st and 22nd. That one is sold out, but get on the wait list. We still have the sneaker class, but I think that one might be, I don't think we can get any more people in there because she has to order the supplies. We can always call and find out. I will be teaching a demo foundation paper piecing day that day for demo foundation paper piecing. Then on the 29th, we have a beginner class 101. So that's on the Friday at the end of August. I can't believe we're even talking about it. And I will be teaching a quilt as you go class on Saturday the 30th. So Saturday the 30th, it's a class, quilt as you go. I teach you how to put your blocks together with the sashing, with the binding, and all the quilting done. It's finished. when you finish your quilt, you don't have to send it to the quilter and you don't have to stop and put a binding on it. It's done. So I'm teaching a class on this on Saturday the 30th. You want to watch out for it because I am putting it on the calendar later today, okay? I've got it on my paper calendar. I don't have it on the website yet. That'll come up later today because I'm putting together the supply list. So those are the things we have coming up. And then I take a 2-week break in September to go to Alaska. Yay! With our very best friend. So we will be doing that, and we've got that coming up. Also in September, I just noticed, you see this gorgeous quilt behind us right here? This one, Blue Onion. That's going to be a class coming up in September on Thursday the 11th. So if you want to take this class and learn how to make it, that's coming up on Thursday the 11th. It is really, really fun to do. And I am looking for some more classes to put on the calendar so that we can play some more and do some more fun things. Okay, hang on. I gotta walk off camera for a second. So what else? I showed you the splash fabric. I told you about the classes. Now I want to talk to you about punch needle. Some of you, I have to look to see I'm not talking too long. So some of you came to my punch needle demo on Saturday, last Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago. And I know some of you couldn't because you live far away and couldn't get over here. So I want to show you what punch needle is. When we think of punch needle, especially the traditional kind of punch needle, we think of it like this, right? You see the little pumpkin right there? I'm going to move it down here to this other camera so you can see it. There we go. You see this fun little pumpkin right here? It is done with embroidery floss, and you can see it's a little bit 3D. See right there? It stands up off the fabric. You can kind of see it right there, right? That's done with embroidery floss. The same with this right here, where it says Boo Crew. It looks fuzzy. See how it looks a little fuzzy? And it's raised up off the background. What a new way of doing punch needle now, I shouldn't say new. One of the ways that has come back to start doing punch needle now is to do it, here it is, like this, with yarn and doing your design. Now what's really cool about this is that when you do punch needle with yarn, you're working on the back of the canvas like this, and this becomes your design. When you're working on it with floss, you have this right here. You can see all the individual stitches there. You're working on it from the back, because that's how you work on it. You work on it from the back, but the front is what you frame. You see how this is raised up off the edge right there? The front is what you frame. But on this one, you work on it on the back, and the back is what you frame. It stays the same. Probably because they're bigger stitches, you want the stitches to show. It's a thicker thread, although you can punch with yarn and cut it to be fuzzy on the other side. But you do lose some of the definition when you're doing it with yarn. You see, you lose some of that definition because it is bulky. So this is the back of it, and it stays the back. This is the front, and it stays the front. This one is the back of it, and it stays. This is the front of it where you're working, and this is the back where you're working, and this is the front that you show off. So I want to show you how this works because it's really fun. I'm going to swing you around here. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. Let's see if I can even reach you out farther. I can't. No, that's probably not a good idea. Wait. I'm trying to do this so it doesn't. No, that doesn't work either. Wait. Don't give up on me yet, folks. That doesn't work either. I'm trying to. Wait.
Do you want me to flip this around to the other side?
Oh.
Are you trying to get to here?
Yes. Okay. This is why we have Debbie here. This is why we have Debbie. Derp, 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 derp. This is why we call the big guns over here to come and work on this stuff with me. Because I don't understand how to do things by myself. Sometimes I can't get from point A to point B by myself. So what I want to show you here, and hold on just a minute because I got to pull out some stuff right here. So hang on. I thought I had it out, but I do not. Okay. I'm going to pull this up. And Debbie, you're going to have to watch to see because I can't see my camera from here. Am I upside down or am I okay?
You're right side up.
Okay.
Oh, you're kind of sideways, I guess.
Okay. So here's the needle. This is the punch needle right here. Okay. Your punch needle has a slanted side. I don't know if you can see it right here. It has a slanted side like this. Can you?
You're upside down.
But the screen looks okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just leave it like that then. So you've got a slanted side on one side, and it has a hole in the needle. This whole thing is considered the needle. Now, all the little kits that we have here come with the needle in them. There's a few of them that do not have a needle in it, but for the most part, they all have a needle in it. So you don't have to go hunt it down. That's kind of what I aim to do when I am purchasing for the store with these little kits, is that it has everything in there. If this is something that you think, ooh, I want to really do a lot of this, then yeah, I'd encourage you to go invest in some higher quality needles. But for something like this, you don't have to for doing a fun little project like this. The way to thread this is to get your needle threader, which is a long piece of wire right here, put it in to where the needle is, okay? And it comes out on the back side. You see it right there? It comes out on the back side. And then I'm going to put my yarn through there. It's like a regular needle threader, and pull it out to the front. Okay, so I pulled it out to the front of the needle, or the top, whichever way you want to call it. I say the front. There we go. Because in a minute you'll see why I call it the front of the needle. Then that hole that is right here, that little hole right there, that little hole that's right there, I'm going to put my needle threader in to that, okay? And I'm going to pull my yarn through that hole. Now I get that, and I pull my yarn right through that hole. And I can pull it out right there, just like that. And I'm going to tuck this up a little bit till I have about an inch of thread or yarn hanging out. Can you see that? So this is considered the front of the needle. When you are punching, whichever direction you're punching in, the front of your needle is facing that way. So I'm going to travel this way, and my slanted side is right there. I'm going to punch down until it comes all the way up to the base right here. When you are punching with yarn, you are typically punching on monk's cloth, M-O-N-K-S, monk's cloth. When you're punching with embroidery floss, you are typically using weaver's cloth. So it's different. Monk's cloth looks like Aida cloth, in that it has these big holes in there. It's a little bit softer than 𝗏𝗃𝗃. It doesn't have it as stiff, kind of. It is softer, so it gives a little bit while you're working, but that's what you would use for monk's cloth. So what I do with this, I'm going to just move over a little bit right here. Let me see. And we're going to go around this little blue flower. Oh, it doesn't want to bend anymore. Here we go. So on this flower right here, well, actually, let me just show you a straight line. So if I'm going to punch a straight line, I'm going to punch from right here and move forward. It goes all the way down. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to tilt it over a little bit so you can see. When you are punching, you're aiming to have your needle straight up and down, okay? But I'm going to do it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. You can hold on to this thread right here. You pull this out slowly, and you just drag the tip of your needle the size of stitch you want and go down. Drag your tip across the fabric the size of thread that you want. I have to do it with 2 fingers when I'm doing it like this because this is left-handed and I'm not left-handed. So you see I'm making the little stitches right there, and my needle, the front of that needle is facing that way because that's which way I'm traveling. I can pull it out if I don't like that, kind of rub it back and forth if it's not how I wanted to do it. So I'm going to travel now from right to left, which is more comfortable for me. And I'm going to go straight down, come back up just a little bit, straight down, come back up just a little bit, straight down. And I'm going all the way till I come to the base of the needle. See, so it's making the individual stitches. If I want to go back the other way, all I do is get this, go back the other way, turn my needle around, and I'm going to go back the other way. Oops. The most important thing to remember is not to let your floss or your yarn get caught up on anything because it'll miss your stitches. And what that means is that I'm going to hold my yarn right here where this is, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say it misses your stitches. See how it missed my stitches? It didn't take any because my yarn is obstructed. So you always want to make sure that your yarn has no obstruction. You're not leaning on it. It's not caught under the frame, anything like that. You always want to do that. If you come up too high, which is what a lot of people have problems with, if you come up too high like this, it's going to keep letting that yarn out so that when you go in again, you get a floppy piece like this. See? And that's not what you want either. You don't want to have that little floppy piece like that. This is easy to fix. You just pull it up, pull it out, just like that. Now I've got it going, I've got it again lined up. I got to get it off that little point right there. And now I can start again. Let me move this one out. That's how you start your stitch. You cut off that little tail, or you can pull this tail all the way to the bottom underneath. Hello, how are you? Okay. So you're going to go all the way down just like this until you hit the base of that needle. So you see how I turned my needle around, and this is doing it right there with the yarn. Now when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and pull this like this and go ahead and cut it off right there. And those are my stitches right there. So if I want to go around this little flower, I'm going to start, I never like to start right in the corner. I'm going to start like right here. And I'm going to travel around this way so my needle is facing me right now with the little slanted edge that way. And I am just traveling straight around. Usually I turn my frame around while I'm working, but I can't do that here because this one's pretty big. If you come into the store, you can try this on my little canvas. And I say, please try it because I made this canvas for customers to try it out. And when they go, no, I don't want to mess it up, it makes me feel bad because I'm like, but I made it for you. Try it. Can you see how I'm just going around that? It just makes it so cute. I would go all the way around it. Just like that. So that's the mechanics of doing punch needle with yarn. Now, like I said, right here, now let's do punch needle with embroidery floss. My toes went to sleep. What's that about? Let's do punch needle with embroidery floss. Now, punch needle with embroidery floss is a little bit different in that you're using a needle. This is the one that we carry here. You can see the punch needle embroidery set or needle set. This one is going to come with 2 needle threaders. So this needle threader, and there's another one. It comes with 2 needle threaders. It comes with a really nice instruction book. Okay. Gives you all the information you need. I keep it in here in my handy Ziploc, because who doesn't have one of those? It's going to come with 3 needles. 1, 2, there's 1 in here, and this is the barrel. And this needle, when I push it down right here, I don't know if you can see it, and I'm going to move to the white area. When I push this needle right here, you see it come out? So there's little numbers right here, and that relates to how deep I want the threads, how much floof I want on the threads, my loops. I'm normally working with a 2 when I am doing punch needle with embroidery floss, but you can work with anything. That's just my preferred one. If I want to change out the needle, all I do is go like this, pull it out. Here's my needle. It comes with a spring. Oh, and you get an extra spring, but I guess I've lost mine. This is mine, and I guess I've lost my spring in the kits that are complete. It has a spring. And when I change my needle, I just take it off like that, and I put it on. Now, this is the small size needle, and the book tells you what size needle you use for whatever you're punching with. Okay, so if it's floss, if it's yarn, you can use pearl cotton, you can use all kinds of things. And so I put it back in there. When I store it, it goes in this little slot so that I don't stab myself. When I'm using it, it goes like that, and when I'm done, it goes right back up there. So this I want to thread again, this time with floss. And I'm going to get my embroidery floss. I punch with 3 strands. Okay. You have different choices, and a lot of times the patterns that you choose will tell you what to do or how thick to do it. I'm going to go to my number 2 setting because that's what I like to work with, number 2. I'm going to put my needle threader in here. The needle looks just like the larger one I showed you. I start with the larger one to show you because it's easier to see than this small one. The small one works the same way. I've put it in there. I'm going to pull this through out to the front, just like that. I'm going to, oops, there we go. Now I'm going to go in through the back of the needle right there, and I'm going to get my embroidery floss just like that, pull it to the back of the needle, just like that. So I'm ready to punch now. I have a design right here that we started this weekend when I was doing demos. I'm working on a Morgan hoop. Now there's another one that I've got coming in. It is by Clover. the Morgan hoops and the hoops that you use for punch needle are raised off the table. See how far this is raised off the table? It's raised off the table. That's because when you're punching, you have to go all the way down to the base, to your barrel right here. And if you're on the table punching, you're going to end up with a bunch of little pock marks on your table. Worse, if you are punching on your lap or your hand and you're holding that hoop in your hand and you're punching, you're just going to stab yourself one time and you won't care what the price is to buy a Morgan hoop or another clover hoop. It won't matter to you because it hurts so bad to punch yourself. It hurts so bad to pull it back out. So you're going to work just like this. So now I'm going to start off. When you start working with a new color, you start off outlining first and then work towards the middle. So you can see where I punched right down, and I'm going to leave my tail hanging out. Sometimes I will hold my finger right there. Can you see okay? So that I don't pull my thread back out. And I'm tilting a little bit sideways so that you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I can't get past that. Okay. So I'm just going right around. I have a net. See how I like to move my hoop around? And I'm following this little outline, okay? Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I didn't like that last one. We'll do that again. Can you see how I'm doing this? And now I've done my outline. I'm going to go right around again, and I'm going right next to that outline. I'm punching right next to it, okay? So as I continue to go all the way around, I'm working on the back side of this. On the front side, which I'm going to show you in just 1 minute, after I get a few more stitches in here. This is where we should have some of the fun music playing. Da, 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 da. So I'm going to continue to go around just like that. Let me show you what it looks like on the back side. You see how it's coming out fluffy? The little loopies on there? And it will continue to become defined the more stitches I put in there. It's not defined yet because I don't have enough stitches to hold the design together yet. The same with doing it on this side right here. When I do an outline color like that, it'll pull these stitches in right here so that they're not kind of out there just loosey-goosey. They will continue to become defined. So I would just continue to go around and around this. You can go around and around. You can also just go back and forth if you want to. See, I'm not going around the whole thing anymore. I'm just going to go back and forth right here. Are y'all enjoying this? Have you done this before? I've been punching for a long time, and I pick it up and I put it down, and I pick it up and I put it down. And now if I need to fill in some few little spots, I'll just take it and fill them in. But that looks like I got all the little spots right there. I'm going to cut this off right there. I'm going to cut this one off right here. I have my little heart. You can't see it very good because I have all these other little threads around there. But as it comes together and I put my other colors there, you will see a little heart come out. The other little thing that you do is you get the tip of your needle and just go ahead and separate some of these little strands if you need to do that. So this is really, really fun to do. This is one of the ones that I'm working on. I'm almost done with it, not quite. I started and I stop it. This is where the design comes from. And you might recognize it as a tattoo. I love tattoos. I don't have a tattoo. I don't want a tattoo, but I love tattoos. Love them. I love the artwork in them. And so I will go online and I'll look up a tattoo of something particular. Maybe the other day I was looking at koi fish to do punch needle. Just print it up, enlarge it to the size that you want. Go in, trace it off to your weaver's cloth, start punching it. This is what it looks like from this side. This I will probably put in a little frame and have that done. Just something to have in my sewing room hanging up. You can make smaller pieces and put them on your clothing. You can punch right onto your clothing. Just be sure to put a backing on this so that it doesn't come undone. So you want to put something like double-sided adhesive or single-sided adhesive, you know, to hold it in place, or interfacing is what I'm trying to think of. So you can just do that. You can add it to quilts, just fun little things. Now you don't want to add it to anything that's going to get a lot of washing because you will end up pulling all of these out. Although you can coat the back of it with some glue to get it to stay in place. It's not going to hold up to multiple washings though. This was the little hoop right here I did for Christmas. This was a fun little, what do you call it? I don't know what I did with it. Hold on. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so this was a panel to make a trick-or-treat bag, and I didn't want to do another trick-or-treat bag, so I decided to make a decoration out of it. And just on the back of this, I went ahead and punched my design and just followed the outline of what I had. Oh, here it is. Followed the outline of what I had right here. See right there? I knew I had extra thread somewhere. I couldn't figure out what I did with it. It's laying on the floor. Okay, so see, this was the panel to do the trick-or-treat bag. And I ended up punching this right there. I just did it straight on there. And you can see the colors right there. All I had to do with this as I was punching is I was flipping around. So I went and pulled the colors I needed out of my embroidery box, because we all have those embroidery boxes that we have stuffed to the gills with embroidery thread that we bought because we were going to cross stitch the whole world and then lost interest. Anybody raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay. Me too. And so I just went in there and got my embroidery floss and found the colors. I needed 4 or 5 colors, found those colors, and just started punching it. And I would flip back and forth to the back and to the front to see what color was next, because there wasn't as much definition back here. But that's what I got right there. That's how it came out. And it added a little bit of 3D to this for decorations. And then I did some little lazy daisies on the car just for fun. And then I did the Boo Crew. I think Stephanie said it needed to be done, or Jen. Somebody said I needed to do it. So then I did that too. But you can really add this to a lot of different things. It's fun. It's kind of mindless work. You're not having to concentrate on it very hard and think about what you're doing and if you'll mess up. You just kind of go with it and just work. That's how it's done. So we have lots of little kits in the store. This is one. Look at this cute little dog right here. It's got the printed piece. It doesn't have the needle in there, but You'll probably have one at home. If you don't, I've got some very simple ones coming in, hopefully in the next week or two, that you can do. It comes with all your floss in there and the hoop and the little dog. That's one of the ones we have. I have a lot of them online. You can go in and look at our punch needle designs. Here's another one. Just something fun to hang up in your sewing room. If you have somebody that maybe is recovering from surgery or something like that, can't get out of bed right now, this is a great little project for them to work on. It's not exhausting because you can keep it small. It's not hard that they have to concentrate too hard. It's just easy work. This is a beautiful book that has different things you can do with it and how to use the different needles, and gives you beginner instructions on how to do it with yarn. Really fun stuff. Here's another one. Look, tattoos, because I love me some tattoos. Look how fun these are. This is a great project to also sit down with the kids and work on it. Teach them how to do it. And then once you trust them with that needle, you can actually just let them work. It becomes really fun. You can just see how neat it is. And I've got another book. So these are all fun projects you can sit and do. I know summer's coming to an end, but winter will be here before you know it. And this gives us something to do while we're sitting in front of the television that you don't have to think too hard about. You don't have to measure anything. You don't have to count. Nothing like that. The hardest thing is threading your needle. That's it. That's the hardest thing. So, coming back over here, let me pick my glasses up, and look, my hair went up into a ponytail immediately because I get hot when I'm talking and it hangs in my face. So let me put it back down so I look a little bit presentable. That's it for today for What's New Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed the demo and to see some of our class samples that we have coming up, and demo day this coming Saturday for Splash Fabric. We have lots of exciting things going on here at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. If you live in the area, stop by and visit us. If you don't, hop on over to our website. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes, we will ship it to you, not a problem. And I so love having you join me on Wednesdays. I will be back next Wednesday at 1 o'clock for What's New Wednesday, Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. I'm 𝗃cie𝗱𝗆𝗀, and I'll see you later. Bye.